Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium, everyone, the home of the Fresno State Bulldogs. And for a team whose mantra is anytime, any place, anywhere, it's always good to be home. And these fans have shown out for the clash we have ahead of us. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all, Palmer.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Keep it on the ground. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Orji. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dick.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Let's see what he can do with it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Now that is a play that will get your sideline into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did his job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And here comes the offense on second down. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Second down coming up. Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Looking downfield, it's Orji. pressure coming. He's going to take off. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. At midfield, he's got room. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Grabbed behind the line, it's Edwards. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Wolverines have pushed it inside the 20. They go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Rutgers is going to walk off the field there in Piscataway with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Toss to the outside. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. A strike downfield. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on 1st down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Makes his connection. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. Wants to throw on first down. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. After not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. To the air, it's Orji. Swings it out to his running back. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Catches it cleanly at the 20. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Fresno. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Valley Children's Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Another spinning wheel of fortune. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They're going to run it to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
and just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Still on his feet at the 45. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution, picking up not only the one, making it an even bigger play and getting the first down.
Got his man downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
I love when you sell the run like that quarterback did right there. Stuck it in the belly of the running back, pulls it out, runs the play action. Great job of confusing the defense a little bit, making them honor the run, and then throwing the ball in the lanes right behind him.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He tries to take the top off. And this will be caught at the 30. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
Back to pass, it's Orji. Scrambling away. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
We might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll pull it down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping me.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Wolverines! Well, if the Momentum hadn't shifted before. It certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know they could lose this ballgame.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know
Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. The play action fake. Going for the big play. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Man, you want to make big plays in the passing game, and to do that, you got to be able to read the defense, see what they're doing to make sure you don't put the ball in harm's way. You could see he drops back, got really good comfort level with what he's seeing. He knows he's going to fit that post over the linebackers in between the safety. Ball is on the money, and they're rewarded with a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Domers. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wide open downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Motion from the offense. Scanning the field, it's Orji. Gets it out fast. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He hurls one deep down the left side. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right?
He's going to throw deep right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
At the 45 on his way. He's loose. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start the season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff unit about to go to work. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll crank up this drive with a pass. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. Looking for a man. It's Orji. Feeling some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Blasted as he lets it go. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
The offense will quickly use a timeout. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to get to him. Gets away. Trying to escape and get it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that...
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete, and the defense holds.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in the score.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short game.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
It's caught. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. And the route is on. No step back in Week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
They're bringing heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe.
And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. Inside the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Fresno State. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Looking downfield, it's Wood. Moving away from pressure. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.